Hello everybody, I am going to show you how to make your virtual locker. All right, so as you can see, this is my virtual locker. I got this PowerPoint by going to my Google Classroom, our Google Classroom, and under the syllabus assignment, just kidding, under the virtual locker assignment, you will see the virtual locker Google Slides presentations. That's what I've clicked on here, and that's what you're seeing here. So this is the virtual locker assignment. This locker is blank and empty. When we go to the next slide, this one's full of personality and tells you all about me. All right, so I've included some of my own personal pictures and some pictures that I got from the program that we're going to make this on. Okay. I've already explained my virtual locker to you in class, so this tutorial is just to show you simply how to make it. So your final assignment will be on a Google Doc where you put your locker in and you write about 5 sentences describing what you put in your locker. This is about double that because that's the amount that I needed to tell about my locker. So don't feel like you can't write more than 5. I highly encourage that. Okay, so your task for this assignment is to design your virtual locker to help me get to know you better. Include at least 10 or more things that tell me about who you are. And here's a list of some things that you could include that tell me who you are. Okay, be really, really creative and have fun with this assignment. So when you open this Google Doc, you'll see your actual assignment right here. So this is a virtual locker that I just put together really quickly. You will insert yours right here. So you will just hit right click on mine and just backspace to delete mine. And you can insert your locker by clicking insert, image, upload from computer, and just wherever you have it stored. Like you can see, I already have a locker folder, and you can insert your locker. Okay, just like that. Insert, image, upload, find your file, and hit open. Okay. So you'll insert your locker, and then please answer these questions for me. Okay. Please choose another color other than black to write your answers. It just helps me see it more clearly when I have to go to grade them. Okay. So this is just a few things that I'd like to know about you. Here's where you have to write your 5 sentences describing what you put in the locker. All right. And then why did you sign up for class? What type of art do you hope to make this year? And a few other questions like that. So let's go back to our tutorial that shows us how to actually make the locker. Here's your steps. So go to the website Kapwing and click the blue button, Make It. This will take you to the locker editing page. Click on the items you'd like to remove and hit delete. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm at this website, Kapwing, Bitmoji virtual locker template. Scroll down, hit Make It. Okay, here we go. This is this girl's locker. That is not me, so I'm going to take her out. So you just have to click the image you want to remove, and then over here on the right side, scroll down until you see delete. You can even hit an image, hit shift to hit more images, and delete them all. How fancy is that? Okay, so you can upload your own images. You can write text right here, or you can search images over here on the search. If you notice, you can also upload your own images from this same section. You don't have to go right over here to upload. I'm going to upload because, as you see, prior to me starting this activity on my desktop, I have a folder named Locker. So I already went through and compiled things I thought I might want to put in my locker. So let's go ahead and start with some of those. Okay, obviously art is very, very important to me. This is a digital piece that I created. So let's put this in the locker. Well, mercy, this takes up the whole screen, doesn't it? Let's shrink this down. But before we just start dragging these around, we're going to hit lock ratio. And what lock ratio does is it saves the proportions just as they are. So when I shrink it, it doesn't distort my image. Okay. So I might want to put this right up here. Let's say that that's good for right now. All right. So let's go to upload some more. My family is also very important to me. So how about we use this picture of my 3 children. This is Bella. She's the oldest. She's 11 and in the 6th grade this year. This is Piper. She's in the middle. She's 7 and will be starting 2nd grade this year. And this is my little 80 boy. He is 6 and he will be in kindergarten this year. So let's include them. I'd like to get rid of some of these teeth and cars in the background. So go ahead and go over to crop and let's do unconstrained. That means we can crop it however we want. If we do something else, you see how it's going to give us set sizes. All right. You can play with that or you can just do unconstrained. And I want just my kiddos because my locker is kind of small, you know. I want to make sure we zoom in on their turtles. This is Bubba and Henry. This is Baby. And this one's name changes all the time. I think it's like Watermelon right now. I don't know. We're done cropping. And now I want to resize it down. What do I need to hit? Block ratio. You got it. I'm going to size it on down. Hit it over here. Make it a little smaller. And then you can tilt it. Yeah, if you accidentally move the background, it's no big deal. You can also hit Control Z, and that's going to put something right back where it was before you accidentally messed with it or on purpose messed with it. So I think they fit perfect right there. Okay, let's add my Bitmoji. If you don't have a Bitmoji and you want one, you can go to bitmoji.com and create your own. They also have a nice Bitmoji Google shortcut that you can just pop them right in there. Okay, so I don't like these stars, right? Because they're taken away from what's in my locker. So I want to erase those. So I'm going to go over here to erase. Erase works in 2 ways. You can simply hit the erase button and just erase each one. Or if you have a big area you want to erase, you could hit the magic wand. And what the magic wand does is it selects pixels. So it selected all the things that were the same, around the same color. Then you hit remove pixel. It left a little bit more. So for something small like this, I like to just hit erase. You can make your eraser larger or smaller by using the slider. Hit done, and there she is. Okay. Now, I think this is a very, very tall person. So I'm going to lock the ratio and squeeze her down some. I think that's about probably how tall I am. Pretending here. Let's see if I can flip her around. Nope, can't do that. Okay, now let's use their image search. So let's search for some images. Let's see. I also really like art. It's what you put your paint in. Here we go. Here's lots of them. So I would pick my favorite one. Here's a perfect example of how to use that magic wand. Let's go to erase so we can get rid of this white background. See how I hit the magic wand to remove pixels? Remove them. Remove them. There we go. Isn't that perfect? Done. Since I'm going to resize it, better lock that ratio. Then I can squeeze it right on down. I might can even make it look like this. I'm holding this in my hand. Like I'm totally cool holding this in my hand. And I'm actually going to show you something real fancy here in a second. If I can get it to work. Okay. So we want to make it look like I'm really holding this in my hand, right? So click on her. And then over here I believe there's a duplicate right down here. Let's duplicate her. And now let's look. I need just like my hand right here showing. So let's go to erase. This may not work. You know, we're being pretty risky here. Let's take the magic wand and quickly get rid of some things we know we don't want. I think that's going to remove my, and I just hit Control Z to get rid of that because I wanted to kind of keep those pixels. There we go. Then I can just take the eraser and erase the rest of what is there. I'm going to take a tiny eraser and just erase right in here. And some of that arm, I didn't get the cleanest erase. Okay, now we're done. Now I can take this hand and it looks like I'm holding the palette. Okay, how cool is that? So you can easily do that too if you want to make yours look like you're holding something or put a hat on yourself or something like that. I can add other things to my locker that I've already searched for, so they're ready to go. I really like music, listening to podcasts, and reading books on Kindle Unlimited. Do you see how I have all three of those? I'm going to open them together. That's because as I was clicking, I hit down the control button on my keyboard. That lets you select things that aren't quite in order. These are huge, so that one's fine. That one's cropped down. This one needs to be cropped. Let's see, how do we want to crop it? Unconstrained, just crop it just like Kindle Unlimited, right down. And then let's crop Apple Podcasts down. I really enjoy listening to true crime podcasts. They're my favorite. Right now, these are obviously too large for my locker. Lock the ratio and squish them down. Reading books, listening to music, and Apple Podcasts. Okay. So I think you pretty much get the idea of how to put things in your locker, how to search for images, how to upload your own images. I didn't add any text. Let's add some text. My name is Stephanie. Double click it. I chose to search for my name on Google. That is how I got this fancy looking Stephanie here. As I search for that on Google, hit lock ratio and push it down. Then I can have this in my locker. Because there's not a lot of fancy stuff you can do here. You can choose just a few colors. Actually, you can choose a bunch of colors if you just click on the number there. But I couldn't find where you can change the font. And there's more. There's several. So, if you like that, you go right ahead and do that. It's fine. Go right ahead and do that. Okay, so that's about what you can do. It looks like you can add music. I have not added music. You want to do that with yours, you go right ahead and do that with yours. Shapes, maybe you really like stars. You can put some shapes in there. What did I not hit right here? I did not hit lock ratio. So since I've already messed with it, hit Control Z and it will go back to its normal size. Well, look at that. You can't hit lock ratio over here. So be careful when you're resizing your stars. All right. So there's a sample of how to make a virtual locker. When you are finished, you want to export image, and then you're going to download it. When you download it, right here in this area, there's going to be this Capwing logo. Okay, so you'll download it, and then something should pop up right about now saying you're going to have a Capwing logo on it. Would you like to sign up? It's free. And so I signed up. I have a free login to Capwing, and that's how I'm able to get my images now without the logo. So when I pull this up, show it in folder, I can save it as Locker Demo. If I'm me, you can save it as your name. Well, after I open it, then I can save it. Locker Demo, and I'm going to save it in my Locker folder. I don't have 10 images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this actually is 10 images. Please fill your locker. Please use more than 10 images if your images are small like this to tell me all about you. Fill it up. And then you can, of course, come back here, insert your locker, fill out your questions. And when this is done, it's very easy to turn work in on Google Classroom. I will show you that. Let's see, have we done that? you've added a Bitmoji. If not, please add a selfie picture. Download your completed locker. Check, check. We just looked at that Google Doc. Oh, this says submit your work to Schoology, but we know I had a last minute change to Google Classroom. Let's fix that together. So when you come to Google Classroom, you will click on this assignment and it will look similar to this. Okay, you will see the assignment just like this, but right over here where I have all the grading categories, you will have something right here that says turn it in or mark as done. You will turn in your work right here, and then when it loads, you're going to need to hit a button that says done or submit. If something changes and after you've turned it in, you need to make some changes, there's a button right over here in this same area where mine is not, that says unsubmit, I believe. You can take it away and you can resubmit it again. This is going to be due different days for each class, so we'll talk about that in your classroom together. But I hope that you have enjoyed watching me make a virtual locker, and I cannot wait to see yours and learn about you. Thanks, guys.